Hello, my name is Aloy Sherlock, and I got a great video for you today. It's a live tutorial on how to take a musical idea and make it into a completed composition. Now, the first thing you got to start is with an idea. And the idea that I have here goes like this. It's a little march, and I'm going to call it the bear. Why? Because it reminds me of a bear walking around in the forest. So, now we got to think about this. What's our palette going to be? Well, if it's a single character. So I'm going to use a chamber orchestra. Not a big orchestra, just a chamber orchestra. Well, I have a couple of players. I'm going to use the VSL Vienna dimension strings mixed in with their solo strings. And here we can see them here. Here I have the violin 1, violin 2, the viola, the cello, and here we have the bass itself. Also, I'm going to go ahead and pull this over. I'm using Divisimate because this allows me to play multiple instruments at one time. And for reverb, I'm going ahead and I'm using Mir Pro. I'm using their Schubert Hall. Why? I really like their configuration of the mics. It's using their second mic, and it's also using their back mic. So they're mic 2 and 4. And it really brings out the hall just a beautiful sound. So now we're going to go ahead and pull up the DAW. I'm using here Logic Pro. And inside of Logic Pro, the DAW, it's a digital audio workstation. You might be using another one, but it has mainly the same components. I'm setting the metronome to 80. So then that way, when I press play, I can hear a click track. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice there. Now, even though that our melody is pretty much set, I want to have a little intro that goes in it. Let's have the bear wake up, and he's been asleep. So now we go ahead and I'm going to I use this here. I use a second keyboard, C minus 2, and I'm going to use these dynamics and I'm going to mix them with a detaché. So I'll go something like this. It's kind of like he's waking up. Now, I really like this library mainly because it gives me so many articulations. And if you want a copy of this, just contact me and I can always make that happen. So with this library here, I have the staccatos, ports, detachés, dynamics, longs, legatos, and it just keeps on going. I even have ponticello, sordinos going on here. It's truly a complete chamber library using the dimension strings as the players, and then using the solo here as the lead player. Okay, so let's hit the record button right here. 1, 2. I like that. I like that intro. the bear is kind of waking up. You hear him yawning, and then he kind of starts moving, but then he realizes he doesn't want to wake anybody else up, so he tiptoes out of his clan. Very nice. So let's take a listen to that. Oh, that is good. That is good. So now we're going to lay down the basic track, And this will be between the cello, it'll be between the cello and the bass. Ah, that's beautiful. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to join these pieces. Let's go ahead and let's take these guys here, and let's split it playhead. Get rid of that there, and then over here I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to split him here at the playhead. There we go, and let's move these guys forward. And then we're going to take it and we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue them together. Glue, glue. There we go. Now, what I didn't do at the very beginning is I did not go ahead and raise up my my CC here. So let me just add that in. I'm going to go ahead and hit record here, and I'll add that in. There we go. Very nice. So then at this point we have, I just want to make sure that we're all good. Very exciting. Okay, very nice. Now, I'm going to take a pause here only because I just want to get something to drink. I'll be right back. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in the different articulations. Here we go. I like the intro. I like that by itself. Maybe I'll add a little bit of harp to that. But right now I'm going to keep that as that is. So let's go ahead and let's do that. And what do I got here? Now I'm just going to add. I'm just going to add to the, not to the melody, but I'm going to give it a little backing up. Now that sounds pretty good. Let's take a listen to that. Let's go to here, and let's take a listen to this here. Now you notice I did some things there. The cello part wasn't as nimble as I wanted it to be. So when I was doing the violins, violins 1 and 2, I then doubled it up. So then that way I covered it up. Okay, so now the bear has been walking around, and let's say he's found his jar of honey and he's going to relax because he's been through the woods and he's enjoyed himself, found his honey, and now he's going to go down and take a little nap. So, what does that sound like? Well, there's a couple of things here. Let's pull up my strings. And as I'm looking at this, what are the chords? What are the chords that are going on here? Well, basically we have that's a C minor. F minor. And G. So, let's go ahead, let's change articulations, and let's put in here, we're going to do a slow part here, where it's sleepy, very, very sleepy. Let's take this guy here. What do we got? Okay. There we go. Why is those guys down? Those need to be up. There we go. Now, a couple of things. When I'm doing these chords, it's basically a C minor, and I'm moving the third around. So I could have played the viola higher up. But if I play it an octave lower, fills it out a lot more. And then we got to go to that G. We got to get up to that G. Okay, that's our part. That's our part. C minor, moving the third around, F minor, moving the third around, and then chromatically going up to the G. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that. Okay. What do I got here? Not bad. Not bad. Let's try it one more time. Kind of like that. Let's take a listen to that second one. Whoa, that's nice. Let's use that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take the second take. I'm going to snap that guy there. And let's hear it here and say split it playhead. Beautiful. And then let's take this guy here. Let's undo. There we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and split it playhead. Delete. Gonna take this guy. Let's move him up to here. And now I don't want as much space in between there. So let's, for right now, let's take this guy here and let's move him up. So then that way, okay, now it's going to join these guys, going to join the regions together. Join. Okay. Now, let's do a couple of different things here. Let's bring in a harp. I think that would be pretty. So let's take in a harp, and that's going to be under, what number is that? That's here divisimate, and that's in port 26. So see what this is going to sound with a harp. Very pretty. Okay, now we need to start rolling these guys over. So I'm going to take this guy here. You know what? How about right now we can change some articulations. Let's pull up what we just did, the violin 1, the violin 2, and the viola. And when I do that, let's take the viola. Let's take the violin 2 specifically. And it is using, let's go over to violin 2, and it is using right now a sustain patch the whole time. What if I go ahead and I put onto that a tremolo patch? Let's take a listen how that will sound. Beautiful. Now, and if you've listened to my music at any length of time, you'll know that I love harmony, and I love it when we have all kinds of dissonance going on, and so this to my ears is beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead. Should I add a cello to that? Let's see here. What would that sound like if I did? Let's go ahead. Or take a cello. Let's just kind of let's try a pass. That is great. Now, let's start putting this together here. What do we got here? Let's take this here on the 1. Matter of fact, let's go ahead. Let's get this a little bit bigger so that way we can see it all. There we go. Oh, now I like it. Now we can see. Okay, so I want to take that there, and I want to scissor it. Clump. I've chopped that piece off, and now we're going to delete that, and that is on the 1. Excuse me, did I get it on that on the 1? Yeah, the 1. No, I didn't. Oh, I got it. Oh, there we go. We got to get it on the 1. Okay. Split a playhead. There we go. Now, let's go ahead. Let's go over to here. And what do we got? This guy starts there. So I want to split at the 1. And let's split it there. And let's take this guy here and let's move him over. I think that should be just fine. Let's see something here. Let's come back to Let's come back here to the beginning or someplace over here. Let's see here. Now, we're going to go ahead and add a little Celeste, but we're not going to add it on to the first verse. We're going to add it on to the second verse that we're putting in here. So I'm going to go to, let's take this guy and should I keep the Celeste in? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I'm completely sold on that. But it's a good idea. It's always a neat idea to take things and put things in, but you can always take them out. All right, I'm going to take a little break here, and we'll be back. I think that the harp should have already started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-record that harp. So then that way it comes right in. So let's go ahead, let's get rid of that. And let's take the harp. Now, I'm going to re-record that harp. That I like. But what I want to remove as I was listening to it, and now I'm hearing it, I'm not crazy about the cello part. So I'm going to take that cello part, and I like the last note, but these other notes, let's go to here. There we go. Let's take these guys and delete. There we go. Now let's take a listen to this. Okay. Oh, now that sounds nice. Very, very nice. Our little bear has woken up. He's gone around and he's been on his own. He found some honey. He went to sleep, holding the honey there. And then all of a sudden, the bees find him. So, he's going to wake up. He's going to wake up and he's got to get back on home. So let's make that happen. Let's see here. We need something that's going to be noisy. Noisy, noisy, noisy. So, let's go to Ponticello's. There we go. And we're going to take what we did in the intro with the chords. So let me go ahead and let's take I think we can do better than that. Let's try it again. Aha! Now let's see how that works out. Let's take this guy here and let's cut him up right here. Split at head. Split. Okay. So let's take this guy here. Oh, I like that. That is a keeper. Now, we need to add on top of that, we need to end this piece. So, he needs to get back home. How do we do that? Let's try that. Let's see if that works on top of there. So let's go ahead. Uh-oh. Undo, undo. Maybe that'll work. Let's see something. Let's add in, let's put in our melody here. So let's take this guy here. Go over to our cellos and our bass. Let's add our cellos and our bass. I kind of like that. Let's take a listen to how all that works. Let's see here. Almost. Not bad, but we need now to adjust the violins. So let's take it to here. There we go. Let's get rid of those. Now, let's pull up our violins. And should we go ahead and go with a ponticello too? Let's see here. aren't sure. Let's try it out. I think that's beautiful. I think that's very nice. Now, let's go ahead and let's add that to our piece here. We don't need those, so that's dead stuff. But what we do need is we need to go ahead and to glue it together. Where's my join tool? There's my join. There's here, join. There we go, like that. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and pull this guy over. Now what I want to do, let's see if that'll work. Let's take a quick listen here. Okay. I think in between there, I like to go ahead and add a little Celeste. So let's go ahead, let's bring that into play, and I believe that was right there. Okay, so we got that going. All right. Let's see what I got going there. Ah, now I know what I want to put in there. Let's try that. Let's try this here. Okay, now I think we have a finished piece. Let's take a listen to it. Here we go. Let's add in at the beginning, let's add in a harp. We need that. That needs it. So let's go ahead. Let's take the harp. Actually, I don't need that in my mouth. I don't need my breath controller for that. There we go. So where'd it go? So it's A flat, and then E flat. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, let's hear the whole piece. Do we have a finished piece? Do we have a finished piece? Let's take a listen. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go ahead and let's add onto here a compressor onto our master out. So let's go to compressor, stereo, and let's go to default, compressor by type, and do we have a platinum orchestra? There we go. Well, my oh my, we finally got to the end here. This was a big one. Musical idea to a completed, finished a completed finished composition. Thank you for staying with me. I hope you've learned a lot. I enjoyed this so much. And God bless. Take care. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Let's see here.